We welcome you to a special edition of All-Time Franchise Baseball, Stratomatic Baseball, as the sports time machine goes all the way back to Fenway Park, 1967, as it will be Jim Londborg on the mound for the all-time Red Sox, taking on the 1967 Dave Mcnally. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fenway as part of the all-time franchise series. We will now bring you some notes on the league, too, and we'll get you started with the game today. This is going to be the start of our little pregame show. And let's see how people are on Sunday, a special Monday edition of baseball here on the ST Network. Let's go ahead and go over the stats today. In this series, both teams have won a game in the series between the Red Sox and the Birds. The Red Sox come in with a record of 3-5. They are second place in the AL East. They are 1-1 versus at home. They are 1-1 versus left-handed pitching. The Orioles are in first place. They are 5-3. They are 3-2 on the road and 2-0 versus left-handed pitching. It'll be Dave Mcnally on the mound, making his second start of the year. He's given up 4 runs, 3 earned, 3.86 ERA. Remember, with all this hitting in this league, pitching is definitely going to be to a minimum. And on the mound will be gentleman Jim Londborg. So he has been he got a win in his last start. And so far, one of our hot hitters is not playing today. Carl Yastrzemski is aching, so he has been put on a single-day rest today on an injury. So Yastrzemski will be out of the lineup, but they've called up Mo Vaughn. So definitely a solid replacement in this case. Again, it will be Redsoxs Orioles here on the network. We'll now go to the lineups and give you the starters. So for the Red Sox, they're going to go Ted Williams in left, DiMaggio in center, and Evans in right. Boggs at third, Garcia Parra at short, Bobby Dora at second, and Mo Vaughn gets to start at first. Behind the plate is Jason Varitek, and on the mound, gentleman Jim Londborg. 1-0, 2.57 ERA. He gave up 2 hits and 7 innings in his last start, 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. For the Birds, it'll be George Sisler, one of the hottest hitters in baseball, leading off, followed by Brian Roberts at second, Frank Robinson in right, Brady Anderson against the right. He bats fourth. Chris Hoyles is behind the plate. Eddie Murray at first. Abby Brooks Robinson at third, Cal Ripken at short, and Paul Blair in center field. Leading off for the Baltimore Orioles franchise is George Sisler. 34 at-bats, 3 doubles, a triple, 3 RBIs. He's hitting an outstanding .471 on the season. So here is Varitek behind the plate, puts down the sign. Londborg is ready. Here's the first pitch to George Sisler. And Sisler, the ground ball to second. Doors got it, goes to first, and you got out number 1. Here's Brian Roberts hitting .208, 2 doubles, a homer, and an RBI. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg with the big windup and deals to Brian Roberts. And that's a strikeout for Londborg, 2 outs. Here's Frank Robinson. He's hitting .200, 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in with the big windup and deals to Frank Robinson. Struck him out. So Jim Londborg strikes out 2 in his first half inning. Baltimore nothing. Boston coming up the bat. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. And here is the Red Sox lineup. Dom DiMaggio, the little professor in center. Wade Boggs at third. Dwayne Evans in right. Ted Williams in left. Garcia Parr at short, Mo Vaughn at first, Bobby Dorr at second, David Ortiz your DH, and Jason Varitek is behind the plate. For the Orioles will be Anderson, Blair, Robinson. That's a 2-1-2. Good outfield. Robinson, Ripken, Roberts, Murray. That's 3 1s and a 2. And behind the plate is Chris Hoyles. And on the mound is Dave Mcnally. 1-0. His last start, he went 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, gave up 1 home run. This is the 1968 Dave Mcnally. Of course, you can tell here by Fenway Park the way it looks. This is the 1967. Actually, the home pitcher always gets the ballpark of their choosing. So they pitch from their own home years. This is what Fenway kind of looked back in the day. So here's Dominic DiMaggio hitting 250, 20 at-bats, 2 doubles, a homer, 5 ribbies. Hoyles puts down the target. Dave Mcnally looks in. Lefty-righty matchup. And the pitch to Dominic DiMaggio. Fly ball left field. That's Brady Anderson. That's a 2 and a 4. Makes the catch 1 away. He had to come in on it. He made the catch. So Anderson almost lost it in the lights. And here is Wade Boggs hitting 276 with an RBI. Third baseman. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hoyles puts down the side. Mcnally with the big windup and deals the Boggs. And that'll be a strikeout for Mcnally, 2 away. And now here is Dwayne Evans. Gets the start today. He's a 4L versus lefties. So my thought was get his bat in the lineup. 18 at-bats, a double, 4 RBIs, hitting 222. Gets on base a lot. Tremendous power versus left-handed pitching this season. Hoyle puts down the sign. Mcnally looks in. Here's the pitch to Dwayne Evans. And that is going to be a fly ball to the left. That's Brady Anderson there. And he's not going to make a play on this one. He does not look comfortable in left field today. Let it drop in front of him. And now give Ted Williams a chance to bat here in the first. Teddy hitting 429. He's only been up 7 times, which is really surprising. I think this computer is playing bad games, not playing Teddy every day. We're going to have to make sure Teddy's in that lineup unless he got hurt. Hoyles behind the plate. Mcnally with Evans at first. Not really a threat to steal. Mcnally from the stretch. Lefty-lefty matchup. And here's the pitch to Ted Williams. And Williams hits a line drive right at Brian Roberts to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Played 1 here in Fenway. No score. So top of the second. Again, I'm as a broadcaster today, not taking favorites here. It's kind of letting the game of the week play computer versus computer. Both teams have been set by the computer manager to pull pitchers and make adjustments. So usually they do a good enough job. I worry when they're not. Brady Anderson, the bat, hitting 333, 27 at bat, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. He bats in the 4th hole today versus the righty. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in. Here's the pitch to Brady Anderson. And Anderson pops to first. That's Vaughn. Makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Here's Chris Hoyles hitting 290. 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in. Righty matchup. And the pitch to Hoyles. And that's a strikeout for Hoyles. 2 away. Here's the first baseman, Eddie Eat, Drink, and B. Murray, hitting 355. 6 RBIs on the season. Tremendous for attack. Puts down the sign. Londborg looks in. And the pitch to Murray. And that is going to be a line drive that door to end the inning. We played an inning and a half. No score from Fenway. So for the Red Sox, Garcia Parra, Vaughn, and Dorr for Boston against Dave Mcnally here in the second. Garcia Parra bat hitting 320 at-bats, a home run and a ribby. Starting off a little bit slow. Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally with the windup. Here's the pitch to Garcia Parra. 4-7 ground ball to short. That's Ripken. That should be an easy play. And 1 away. Here is Mo Vaughn, first at bat this year with Yastrzemski on a mini DL. He'll be back in the next ball game. Hoyles behind the plate. Mcnally looks in. Now nobody on. Big left-hander hitting Vaughn against Mcnally. And the pitch. And that is going to be a ground ball to first. That is Murray. Should be able to make it. And gets to the bag himself. And there's 2 outs. So Eddie Murray with a nice play. 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Bobby Dorr. Bobby Dorr hitting 219, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. 2 outs in the first, no score. Both hit in this ball game. Hoyles behind the plate sets the target. Mcnally looks in. Here's the pitch from Mcnally to right-handed hitting Door. Fly ball to center. Blair is there. Makes the catch. And we play 2 in Fenway with the score. Baltimore nothing. Boston nothing. To the third we go. And the Orioles will now set up the bottom part of the lineup. Brooks Robinson, Cal Ripken, and Paul Blair. Jim Londborg in his third inning of work has struck out 3 so far. Varitek and the plate. Londborg looks in, righty match. So that goes to first, and there's 1 out in the third. Here's Cal Ripken hitting .281, a double homer and 8 runs batted in. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in, and the move to Ripken. And that is going to be a base hit for Ripken. First base of the ballgame for Baltimore. Ripken on at first with 1 out. And here's a center fielder, Paul Blair, hitting .241, home run, 5 RBIs. Weaver's choice to play Blair is because of his defense. And you want to have your best defense. And he also provides good offense. But again, he could go couple different places. Move Brady Anderson to the center, and then you got Ken Williams who's ready to play. But again, Weaver wants to stay the fielder out there with him. Majority of those winning seasons. Varitek was down the sign. Londborg from the stretch. Run for it. Garcia Parra turns the double play. 6-4-3. We go to the bottom of third. No score from Fenway. And now another huge left-handed hitter, David Ortiz, hitting .462. 13 at-bats, a double homer, and 4 RBIs. He's at DH today, followed by Varitek and DiMaggio. So last of the third for the Red Sox. Hoyles puts down the target. Mcnally looks in, lefty matchup, pitch to David Ortiz. Ortiz, a shot down the line, that's against the wall. Ortiz will go for 2 and make it in there. So Ortiz hits a double down the line. So Ortiz on at second with nobody out for Jason Varitek. 9 at-bats, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, gets to start versus the lefty. Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally now working on stretch. He's not much base runner. They're going to play behind Ortiz. Varitek to bat versus the lefty. Here's a pitch to Varitek. 3-12, 5 ball left field. He just missed it. Anderson is there. Ortiz will get back 1 away. So now here's Dominic DiMaggio, 0 for 1 in the ball game, struggling a little bit with the bat, hitting at .241. Hoyles puts down the target. Mcnally from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Ortiz takes a modest lead. Here's the pitch to DiMaggio, and that is going to be a single for DiMaggio. Ortiz will go to third, holds right there, and it's first and third Red Sox with 1 out. The Red Sox Orioles will now play the corners in. Robinson and Murray will play down the grass, while Ripken and Roberts will play up the middle looking for 2. Here's a third baseman, Boggs, 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Hoyles puts down the side. Left-handed pitcher Mcnally, left-handed hitter Boggs. First and third, 1 out. Pitch to him. And DiMaggio was trying to get stolen, was trying to steal second with the corners in. But Mcnally was able to keep him close. Hoyles, again, looks down at Murray. Maybe might go for that throw down there to keep him closer. Hoyles adjusts the mask, puts down the sign. Mcnally nods from the stretch. First and out, pitch to Boggs. 3-9, walked in when the bases are loaded. So the bases are loaded for Dwayne Evans. So the Red Sox a chance a big inning here. And now the Orioles will move the infield back, trying to get Evans in a double play ball. He had a base hit his first time up. Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally from the stretch. Bases loaded. 1 out, no score. Boston with a huge chance. Base at left field. Ortiz scores. Here comes DiMaggio. He'll score. Throwback in the Ripken, and the Red Sox lead 2-0. So Dwayne Evans, Dewey with a 2-run single. Red Sox lead by 2. So now here's Ted Williams, first and second, 1 out. Red Sox trying to get a big inning here. Mcnally struggling a bit. Weaver knows he has a bullpen he can go to if needed. he was stretch. That's first and second, one out. The lefty clubbing Teddy Williams up. Here's the pitch to the Ted. 5-4 pop to short. Ripken is there. You don't see that all the time, and Williams pops out. So now here is Nomar Garciaparra, 286, 21 at bats, a home run RBI. First and second, 2 outs, 2-0 Boston. Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally from the stretch. First and second, 2 out. Pitch to Garciaparra. Forehand struck him out, and McNally gets himself in and out of trouble. He only gives up 2 at the end of 3. It's 2-0 Red Sox. So top of the fourth here. Red Sox with a 2-0 lead in the fourth. All-time franchise lead. Third game series. They split the first 2 of this series. And now here is George Sisler. Baltimore with 1 hit through 3. Londborg has looked very efficient and very good. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in. Here's the pitch to George Sisler. And Sisler has a base hit in the gap. Boy, he just hits into the gaps. Sisler around first. He'll go to second. He'll stop right there. And a lead-off double for George Sisler. So Sisler with the double brings up Brian Roberts. Londborg now a little bit of a problem here. Red Sox will corners in with Boggs and Vaughn. Roberts wants to drop one down. I don't think Weaver will drop one down. That is definitely not their Weaver philosophy. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg from the stretch. Runner on second. Nobody out. Pitch to Brian Roberts. 3 had struck him out. Londborg with his 4th strikeout. And Robinson struck out his last time up. Boy, did he have a year this year. Hit .316, 49 and 122. Struggling at the bat. 2 homers, 4 RBIs, just hitting under Mario Mendoza line. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Pitch to Frank Robinson. And Robinson's a line drive base hit. Sisler can only go 1 base. Hit too hard. DiMaggio gets the ball in. And Sisler will stop at third. So the Orioles now, first and third, 1 out. And they're trying to mount a little bit of a comeback. And now here is one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup, Brady Anderson. 321, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Popped up his last time up. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg from the stretch. First and third, 1 out. Pitch to Brady Anderson. And Anderson launches right center field. That ball is deep. That ball is far. And that ball is gone. A 3-run homer, Brady Anderson. His 3rd home run of the year. And the Orioles jump on top by the score of 3-2. So Brady Anderson takes it far, deep, and gone. So now here's Chris Hoyles. Orioles now in the game. So Varitek goes out, talks to Londborg, and as the umpire breaks it up. So Varitek goes out, puts down the sign for a strikeout for Londborg. So now here's Eddie Murray. Murray 0 for 1, 344, 6 ribbies on the season. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg with a windup pitch to Murray. And that is going to be a fly ball to center. DiMaggio is there, makes the catch. But the Orioles score 3 in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Get your seatbelts on here in Boston. It's 3-2 Orioles. Here's going to be Vaughn, Dorr, and Ortiz, 2 tremendous big left-handed power hitters for the Red Sox in the lineup against this tough lefty Mcnally. Hoyles puts down the target. Mcnally looks in. Vaughn 0 for 1 with a ground out. Here's a pitch to Vaughn, and Vaughn struck him out. This time Mcnally threw a kind of away on him, and Vaughn whiffed at it. 1 out in the 4th. Here's Bobby Dorr. Flight out his first time up. Hoyles puts down the target. Mcnally looks in. Here's the wind up the door. And Dorr, ground ball to short. Ripken's got it. Goes to first, and that's 2 outs. Here's David Ortiz. Doubled his first time up. Bottom of the 4th, 2 out. Baltimore now leads 3-2. Both teams with 4 hits so far. Big blow of the ball game. 3-run homer by Brady Anderson in the top of this inning. Hoyles puts down the target. Mcnally with the windup. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, and that is a ground ball to short. Ripken should get it. 3 up, 3 down, and throws him out. So the Red Sox go 3 up, 3 down. Let's go to the 5th. 3-2 Baltimore. So Robinson, Ripken, Blair, the bat here in the 5th. A real tough opening series. What we'll do at the end of this game is roll the magic die, and that'll determine how many days in this sports time machine all-time franchise league we'll go ahead and autoplay, and then get to our next possible game of broadcast. So always fun to roll the die and see if we go a day ahead or maybe 6 days ahead. Kind of keeps that season moving and possibly go fast. Maybe roll 2 dice. So we go to a possible 12 days. So again, kind of like to do that. That way maybe you get to the playoffs faster and a lot of different things, and hopefully things will speed up that way faster. That way you can maybe finish the league. That's why I only try to do the 1 day, so you get maybe 1 game ahead, 2 games ahead. Then you'll roll the 5 or 6, and then you'll advance a week out, and you'll get some records more established in batting averages. Stay with us. We'll tell you what the next game will be after the Magic roll the die at the end of the game. We got some other scores going on here. The Giants lead the Marlins 4-2. I have to see which initials they are. The Phillies and the Dodgers are, that's the Pirates and no, that is the Phillies and Dodgers 1-1. That is the Astros leading the Nationals 9-3. That is the Cubs leading the Mariners 7-2. And there's the Mariners, then it is the Indians leading the White Sox 2-1. And then the Blue Jays leading the Rays 4-0. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg with it. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. And that's going to be a fly ball right field. That's Evans. That's a piece of cake. Makes the catch on away. 1 out here in the 5th. Baltimore leads by 1-3-2. Both teams with 4 hits. Ripken 1 for 1 so far. Varitek puts down the target. Londborg looks in and the pitch to Ripken. And that is going to be a struck him out. That is strikeout number 6 for Londborg. He gets that in 4 2/3. Solid effort for Gentleman Jim so far. Here's Paul Blair. Grounded down to double plays last time up. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in and the pitch to Blair. And that is going to be a strikeout. I'm out looking. What a ball game for Londborg. We go to the 5th. 3-2 Orioles. Varitek, DiMaggio, Boggs, the bat for the Red Sox here in the 5th. Dave Mcnally now looks in, gets the sign from Hoyles. Here's the pitch from Mcnally to Varitek, and that is around a second. Roberts got it, goes to first, and 1 away. Here's Dominic DiMaggio, 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the 3rd. Hoyles sets in the target. Mcnally looks in, lefty-righty matchup, and the pitch to DiMaggio. And that is a line drive in the gap. Blair running and makes the catch. That's why Blair that lineup. He makes catches like that look easy. 2 outs in the 5th, and here's Boggs 0 for 1 with a walk. Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally looks in, lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch to Boggs, and that is a fly ball to left. Anderson's there, makes the catch, and we played 5. It is 3-2 Orioles. So Sisler batting, then Roberts and Robinson here in the 6th. Good ball game. Good matchup here on a Monday. Sisler 1 for 2. Doubled back in the 4th. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg looks in. Here's the pitch to Sisler. Fly ball right. Evans should get this one. Easy one. He's got it deep to right foot. Evans out there. Track makes the catch. That was a tougher play than it looked. 1 out in the 6th. Here is Brian Roberts. Roberts so far has struck out twice, kind of struggling against Londborg. Brian Roberts, a switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side. Varitek puts down the hit. Londborg with the windup and pitch to Roberts. And that is going to be a pop to short. Garcia Parra waits for it, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here is Frank Robinson, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Varitek puts down the sign. Jim Londborg with a windup, and here's the pitch to Frank Robinson. And Robinson deep drive left field. That could be trouble. The manager plays it off the carom. Roberts around second and stays there with a 2-out double. So Frank Robinson hit one against the wall, and now he's on at second with 2 outs. And now here's the top Brady Anderson with Hoyles on deck. The top position if you want to do this. Let's see what they'll do. So here it comes. A better pitching matchup in this situation might even be the pitch around him and pitch to Hoyles with 2 outs. Anderson's already hit you hard twice with a long bomb to left center. Varitek sets the target. Let's see what they do. Londborg from the walk. They did pitch around him. So now here is Chris Hoyles. Hoyles, the batter, is a 1L against a 1L. That's why I kind of have that even matchup. So now you got the interesting situation of Murray on deck, who is definitely prefers left-handers. So now you may look around this. You don't know the bases, but you have first and second 2 outs. Hoyles has one of those tremendous years he had, 29-82, and he hit 310 in 419 outs. So very pitch to him. It's a base hit for Hoyles. Robinson around third and score. Anderson will go to third. And the Orioles have now opened up a 4-2 lead. So now here's Eddie Murray, the batter. We talked about maybe kind of pitching around him a little bit. First and third, 2 outs, 4-2 Orioles. So Varitek now puts down the sign. Londborg possibly at the end of his road. From the stretch, here's the pitch to Murray. And Murray will fly out. Oh, he may have gotten hurt. Williams with the catch, and he's shaking up. The trainer came out to Murray, and they walked back out. But Murray comes back with the glove, and he's ready. It looks like he may have pitched something, but he stays in the game. So 4-2 Orioles here in the sixth. Evans will be followed by Williams and Garcia Parra. Righty, lefty, righty against Dave Mcnally in the sixth. Let's look at Mcnally's point of weakness. If he's an 8 or 9, I kind of leave him. He's a 9, so I kind of leave him at the discretion of Earl Weaver taking him out when he wants, which means he may not come out the game. He may pitch the complete game in this unless he gives up the fatigue points. So Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally looks in. Lefty-righty matchup. Pitch to Evans, and that is a ground ball to second. When you got an infield like this, you don't make mistakes and throws them out. Both teams strong defensively. The Orioles with 3 1s in the infield, and they have a 1, a 2, and a 2 in the outfield. Tremendous team defense. Ted Williams 0 for 2, lined out and popped up. Hoyles puts down the sign. Left-handed pitcher Mcnally looked to pitch. Here's a pitch to Ted Williams. And again, that's a single for Ted Williams. Holy cow. So 1 for 3 is grounded out and struck out 0 for 2. Possible go-ahead runner on. Hoyles puts on the sign. Mcnally working for the stretch. Williams not much of a threat to steal. Here's the pitch to Garcia Parra, and that's a foul out by the plate. Hoyles throws off the mask and makes the catch for out number 2. Here's a tremendous hitter in Mo Vaughn. He's grounded out and struck out so far. Mcnally got to be careful bottom part of this lineup. Hoyles puts down the sign. Mcnally from the run 2-out pitch to Vaughn. And that way, ground ball to second. Roberts flips it to Murray. We played 6. 4-2 Baltimore. We head to the 7th. So top of the 7th, 4-2 Orioles, and now here's Brooks Robinson 0 for 2, followed by Ripken and Blair. Righty against Jim Londborg. Londborg's point of weakness. Let's see if we're dependent on the Redsoxs. Who goes 7? And so should fit 7 and be out there. So we'll see how that goes. Varitek puts down the signs. This should be the last inning for Gentleman Jim. Londborg looks in. Here's a pitch of Brooks Robinson, and that is going to be a base hit. It is a base hit for Brooks Robinson. For Brooks Robinson, so he's on at first. Londborg, Boston bullpen is up and working hard. The tech puts down the sign. Londborg from the first no out pitch to Ripken. And on the third, let's see if they can turn 2 at the box. Nope, he's got a second. That's all you're going to get. Runs a tough slide. We'll make that first mouth one. Now here's Blair. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to a double play and struck out. Varitek puts down the sign. Londborg from the stretch. And here's the pitch. And that is going to be a center field for Blair. Ripken will stop at second. Orioles 2 on and 1 out. So now the Orioles with base hit, they now have 8. 8 hits to the Red Sox 5. First and second, 1 out. Here's George. The sign, Londborg from the stretch. First and second, and they go to Roger Moret. So Roger Moret, his first appearance of the year, 156 in 38 hits, 13 and 2. He go in and out of the rotation and pitched long relief. He's a tough man. He's a lefty too, and he enjoys getting lefties out. So left-handed pitcher Moret. Varitek puts down the sign. Moret to the left to the lefty Sisler. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be fly ball right. That is Dewey. He should make the catch. It does, and there's 2 outs. Holy cow! And the catch. So they go to third. Ripken goes on Evans and kicks third base on the tag. So first and third, 2 outs. So now a possible wild pitch or pass ball can get Ripken in. And now here's Brian Roberts turning around, batting from the right-hand side, has struck out and popped up. No, Blair was trying to steal. So Blair was trying to get the extra base. Varitek puts down the sign. Moret from the stretch. First and third, 2 out. Pitch to Brian Roberts. 2-11 line. Drive at Vaughn. It ends the inning. Oh, Vaughn was right there. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 4-2 Baltimore. Red Sox try to get some late-inning runs. So last of the 7th, let's change that. Holy smoke. It does that. Ortiz and Varitek against Mcnally. Hoyles down Mcnally the one the door and door across the Murray for 1 out. Here's Ortiz for 2 double third. Hoyles puts down numbers for him. Mixing and the pitch Ortiz. Ortiz came out like Ortiz knew it. 2 away. Here is attack in the 7th. So Hoyle puts sign Mcnally, the gentleman won from the mound. Here's the pitch to Jason Varitek. 2-7 and walks him. So Varitek's in there to get the on base. He puts the time runner up there. The center field back for the 4th time. the side. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Got it. Long home back and forth. Different. Veritas on the side. Matchup. Here's the pitch to Brady Anderson. That's a back to he's actually line. He pulled out the ball right there, and Vaughn gets her more rat. So there, Anderson on board. He's got speed now. One thing, but lead by 4-2. That could be a tough call there to the game here. Boy, I hate the game. And again, we continue struggling with the controller. So give me 1 second, folks. We're finally back again. Let's see if we can close the door here. Again, struggling with what this state here. There, I guess. Players, I guess. Baltimore. Hoyles the bat. Veritas and from stretch. Here's the pitch. Was trying to get second base. And he's no record, 1 save in 5 innings, 1 hit so far, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So he has been his rat itself so far for the Red Sox. Vertek puts down the target. Raditz from the stretch. Run first 2 outs. Hey, Brady Anderson looking for that stolen base. So Anderson kicks a couple steps off. Raditz from the big man from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Murray. And that will be a strikeout for Raditz. Gets the job done. So we go to the bottom 8th. It's 4-2 Orioles. And it looks like Greg Olson will come out. And he's got some heavy, good stuff. He'll pitch to Boggs, Evans, and Williams. So Olson is dynamic versus lefties. He's got that overhand curveball. Just paralyzing. And he gets the chance here to make it look good. So here comes Greg Olson. So Olson comes out, bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Baltimore. They may ask him for a 6-out save. Hoyles puts down the side. Olson from the windup. Here's the pitch to Boggs, and Boggs fly ball to center. Let's see, that's a foul ball first of all. So let's see, fly ball to center. Where is a 1? He should make it, and does 1 away. So Boggs flies out. So Olson gets the first And now here's Evans. Let's see if they switch. And they get somebody in there for Evans. He's 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, though. But Evans does lose now. Hoyles puts down the target. Olsen from the windup, and they will switch. And Darren O'Day. So Greg Olsen only asked to pick the one batter, which is a mistake. You got that. You got Ted Williams on deck. You would think they wanted Olsen for Evans, but they bring in the righty on for Evans here. They're a strong right-hander. He goes down under Submariner. Hoyles puts down the side, so Darren O'Day the pitch. And here is a 5-7, struck him out, so O'Day gets him. 2 outs in the 8th. Now Houston usually doesn't pitch to many lefties here. Hoyles puts down the sign. Day from the windup here in the pitch, and they will again make a change. So pitcher in the last minute. So Earl Weaver playing the percentages and his other lefty, Kippy Martinez, 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and he comes in and pitches the head. So 2 out, bottom of the 8th. 4-2 Orioles. Here's the pitch to Ted Williams. It doesn't all dead roll them back to Roberts and throws him out. And Teddy Williams throws his bat. Oh, Teddy Williams. Tippy Martinez definitely had Ted Williams trying hitting off the edge of his feet. So we go to top of 9th. 4-2 Orioles as a tremendous outing so far for Earl Weaver making the pitch changes. So let's see what happens here. And it'll be Brooks Robinson followed by Ripken and Blair against Dick Raditz. So Varitek puts down the sign. Raditz with the windup. Here's the pitch to Robinson. And now it'll be a line drive cut by Garcia Parra, 1 away. Here's Cal. He's 1 for 3. Single back in the 3rd. Varitek puts down the sign. Raditz with the windup. Here's the pitch to Ripken. And that's going to be a strikeout out looking. So Raditz looking strong. 2 outs here in the 9th. Here's Paul Blair, 1 for 3. Single back in the 7th. Varitek puts down the sign. Raditz looks in. Here's a pitch to Blair. And that is going to be a line drive caught by Dorr. Ends the inning. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is 4-2 Orioles. As will be Garcia Parra, Vaughn, and Dorr, at least against Tippy Martinez here in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll see if Tippy can get 3 outs and get the save here. Hoyles puts down the sign. Tippy Martinez from the windup. Here's the pitch to Garcia Parra. And that's a single for Garcia Parra. So now the save situation for Tippy Martinez. Normally he can get 4, so we'll see if he stays in there and gets the save. He had 21 saves on the season, so he's definitely a closer, has closer abilities. Vaughn, no, 0 for 3, definitely has home run abilities, even against the lefty. Vaughn 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a strikeout, looking for his first positive hit here. Hoyles puts down the sign. Martinez from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Vaughn, and that's a strikeout for Vaughn. So big out there, 1 away. So now here's Bobby Dorr. So Dorr, the batter, he's struggling, only hitting 200, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Hoyles puts down the sign for him. Martinez from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Pitch to Dorr. And there's 3-10 base at right field. Garcia Parra will go to 3rd. And the Red Sox bring the tying runners out. The potential winning run comes up for David Ortiz. So Ortiz, the batter, first and 3rd, 1 out, and a chance for the Red Sox to pull this one out. So Garcia Parra's on the 3rd. Dorr represents the tying run at first. Ortiz represents the winning run at the plate. 4-2 Orioles. Hoyles sets, puts down the sign. Martinez from the belt, from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. And that's a line drive. Deep field, way back and gone. Red Sox win it 5-4 as David Ortiz goes long gone. So Ortiz circles bases, and he's greeted at the plate with a mob, and David Ortiz does it again. So Ortiz does it again with a mob, a 3-run homer. Red Sox win it 5-4. What a win for the Sox. They go to 4-5. The Orioles drop to 5-4. Raditz goes an inning and a third and deserves this one. He vultures for the win, while Tippy Martinez gets a blown save and the loss. He gives up 3 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits. He gave up a bomb even on Tippy Martinez's loaded left side card as David Ortiz hits the walk-off to give the Red Sox the win. So Dwayne Evans, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, but Ortiz was the hero. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, and 3 runs batted in. For the Orioles, Frank Robinson, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, while Brady Anderson, 1 for 3, a run scored, and a 3-run homer. The Orioles 4-8-0. The Red Sox 5-8-1 as Ortiz wins it with the long ball. A nice crowd of 37,000 plus here at the stadium. A win for the Sox. They go to 4-5. Orioles 5-4. Let's roll the magic die and see what we can do today. So the magic die will determine how many days we will go ahead in the schedule, and it will be, we get the magic of number 6. So a 6 on the die means we'll go 6 days into the schedule. So let's see what we'll do here. Let's go 1. So we'll go ahead and play the April the 12th as I have them. The games will hopefully play fast. I'm not going to give every score. We'll go over the standings once the 6 days are over, and then we'll look at the possibilities of game time. So that's 1. That is 1. Go ahead and play 1 here. And we'll do play day number 2. Let's see. 1, 2. Unless I can play all. And what if I can play all, then I'm going to try to hold. Let's see. So that's going to be 2. Let's see what I can do here. So let's see. So we're going to 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're coming back on the 18th of the month. So we'll go ahead and put that as a. Let's see if we can put them as a hold on the 18th, and see if it doesn't skip hold there and see. So I'm going to make sure the games of the 18th do not play. And if they do go forward in that, then we'll stop it on the 19th. So we'll definitely resume back play on the 18th of April. And hang on 1 second. That way we can kind of speed through everything fast. And that's going to be a hold also. So everything is on hold there. So again, we go back up to the schedule here. That's auto. That's been played. All right, so we go back from Sunday, April 14th. Let's go ahead and play off. The game will kind of play its games out fast for me. So there's Sunday the 14th playing fast, good. And then we'll go ahead and play the 15th. That's going to be day 4. Day 5 is the 16th. We're coming back on a Thursday, so let's go ahead and stop it once it gets out of the Wednesday scheduling bracket. Here's the end of the Wednesday bracket. And let's see. A lot of teams scoring runs here. Let's stop that. So hang on 1 second. All right, so let's look at the standings here. Let's look at the game. Make sure we're doing everything we're supposed to. So played Thursday, and yeah, for some reason it played. It must have had a game on auto. So here we go. So the next set of games will be April the 18th. So we'll kind of keep this schedule over here so we can see if we can do this here. Give me 1 second. Let's go to the first and see what games are possible here. Let's go ahead. League stats. So far, the Orioles now at 7-7. So the AL East is a mess. The Red Sox are 7-8. They're a half game back. The Yankees are 5-10. They're 2.5 back. Tampa Bay is 5-11, and Toronto is 4-11. In the Central, the White Sox lead the Twins by a half game. Kansas City by 1. Cleveland by 2, and Detroit by 5. The A's have a 3.5 game lead over the Angels, 3.5 on the Astros, 7 on Texas, and 7 on Seattle. In the National League, Atlanta has a half game lead over the Mets, 2 on the Phillies, 5.5 on the Nationals, 6.5 on the Marlins. They have one of the best records in baseball at 7-14. The A's are 12-3. best record in the American League. In the Central, the Reds 10-5, 2 games ahead of the Cardinals, 2 on the Brewers, 3 on the Cubs, and 5 and 8.5 on the Pirates. Poor Pittsburgh. They deserve better than that. Giants are 11-4. They are in first place, half over the Diamondbacks, playing surprisingly 10-4. Dodgers are 8-7, 3 back. Colorado's 8-7, 3 back, and San Diego is 4.5 back. So now let's keep that where it is, and we'll go ahead and see what games of interest will now make sense for today. So we'll go ahead and keep our schedule here. So possibilities for, let's see, possibilities are, right, so Thursday's games, let's put standing along with everything else. Oops. Let's try and do this, do a combination of both here. All right, so let's look at it. So Toronto and the Cubs, not much going on there. Oakland and Detroit. Detroit is in last place in the Central, not as good as it looks. Seattle, Minnesota, probably not. Houston and Tampa Bay, probably not. Let's see what's here. Texas and Baltimore. Texas is in 5-10. A lot of these teams struggling. Milwaukee playing Cincinnati, so I could see how much of a challenge that could be. Milwaukee is 8-7, and let's see who they're playing. Milwaukee's could be Milwaukee, Cincinnati. That has some interest. Boston and Colorado. Well, Cy Young against Obano Jimenez. A couple good teams there, but we've seen Boston already. Arizona and the Mets. So it's Robbie Ray and Seaver. That's a challenging game. We might see Tom Terrific and the franchise. They play the Padres and Pirates already, so that's not a biggie. And then the Braves, who are in first place, take on that's a good matchup. And the St. Louis Cardinals. So we're going to show that one. I love that one. That's a great matchup. Tom Glavine for the first place Braves and Bob Gibson for the Cardinals. So go ahead and put that as a manual game of the day, and we'll show that one when we come back here on the channel playing the franchise league. Sorry, folks, didn't take as much long. I didn't maybe confuse things. I do appreciate you guys for coming in, staying with me. Have a good rest of the day. I hope to come back maybe later on with some more baseball, with possibly some other. We'll pick something else up and see what happens. Thank you. We hopefully have better net conditions later. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and continue to watch.